quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack. And we've got release 43 today. What? Wait. No open mic? What is this?
Oh, no.
What?
I was waiting
Oh,
for you to do
oh.
where we interpret the news. So
Oh, okay,
you don't
okay.
have to, and,
You're doing hand gestures. It's
jump
like,
right into
it's like
release
crap.
43, so.
Okay. Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. There we go.
You started off with hand gestures early and threw me off.
Well,
It's like,
you know.
crap. Did I forget to change it to open mic again? I mean,
You know, you got to keep in mind that people actually watch this stuff and watch us. They're not just usually listening. So, you know.
they're watching me like put my head down,
Yeah.
like check my text messages.
Yeah, but, you know, they
Look-
see you all day just with your head down, reading your text messages, you know.
Well, it's not my fault. It's like I occasionally receive some text messages during the
Looking
show,
like the
and it's like,
Cyclops. I don't know.
hey. just because like sometimes I have to do that just for you.
Paper towel will work. Yeah. Just wipe that
No,
down.
you know the real solution is actually going back to Hawaii, working on my tan, and then coming back, and then.
Real solution's a little talcum powder to get rid of that shine.
What are you talking about?
Oh man,
You gray spot on your head.
I was gonna say it looks like you got sheen. Looks like you're sweating everywhere. Your arms are even leaking.
Dude, well, it is hot in this place.
Look at that. Oh, his arms like a skeleton. That's horrible.
You put your arm up in the light and look like a skeleton. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, you
For
need to
the
fix
record.
your green screen settings.
it's Thursday, June 29th, 2017. Trust me, green screen's fine. Behind you, perfect, seamless. The beams off your forehead, I can't do anything about that. Trust me. Put a hat on, you know, wear a hat like Laz, yeah.
Wait,
Put your Lord-
where
put
is
your
my
Lord
N?
hat on.
I have no idea where my NBNN hat is.
Your
Anyways,
head's down too.
It's probably on the floor of your car with your 8-inch cock.
no, it's not there.
Oh, UV rays.
Where is that?
Moving right along. That's right. It is release day here in Shroud Avatar. Release 43. 43 consecutive releases. Can I say that safely without getting blasted?
43 months of releases, so 43
That's
months
right.
of active development where we have been able to play the game every single release
On time.
on time. Well, there has been a couple where they're a couple of hours late, or one. But you know what? 43 months of different releases. And
Yeah,
almost
of
every
course,
single month, it's like playing a new game.
A lot of new additions. I'm showing off one of those features right now, which is the expanded zoom view. I can actually see List Rostov standing in the street.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can actually zoom out to show you Blood Omen sitting on the lawn where he sits every day. I would used to have to zoom around to show you that view. And of course, we got a nice, you want to take screenshots now. That expanded top view down is just phenomenal. But you can get an expanded view to get the better sight of what's out there and around you. Still got the seat blocking when you swing that camera around.
Oh yeah, that's still blocking, and like just things
But
are causing
man,
my
I mean-
camera to zoom in.
As I'm zooming
But, hey,
all the way out here, man.
You know what I
Great.
am most excited about? 15 meters.
What?
15.
15 meters. Yes.
Oh, and because you know what? As Led Zepp's playing this sad song, I don't know what he's playing. It's like I can still hear him.
15 meters.
Can still hear him.
No more. They
Can
have
still hear him.
doubled.
You can
the
actually
range of music, and we can actually hear it now. Liz, can you hear that music over there?
Oh yeah, you can. So
you
it's
say,
like
okay,
you can actually do a concert now.
Absolutely.
And you can actually. Oh, that's
Docking.
Dude.
It is.
Do you have In My Dreams?
I don't. That's the only one I did.
And I hate to correct your spelling, but it's Dokken.
Yeah.
Dokken.
Yeah, 2Ks. That's
So
right.
that Dokken was actually one of the first albums I ever bought.
I gotta love the expanded view as
Actually,
as
it was the
streamers.
first.
We've been asking for something like this for a long time.
Well,
Now,
not
another thing I'm
just
noticing-
as streamers, but also for Scroda the Wandering Bard, for all kinds of other reasons. I mean, even for your in-game concerts.
I'm not talking about the music.
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
still
oh,
ranting
you're
about the great panoramic
camera.
view. we
Oh,
have now.
oh yeah, the zooming out and the increased
It's,
zoom range.
I mean,
Woohoo!
just to be able to get this all in, see people out there on the street, see lists standing on the road without having to spin around.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So when we have all these trippers come along, I'll actually see them without missing them because they're off my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also noticing up on the compass. If you notice your compass, your lot is now highlighted in green, not white like all the other things, which is
Cool.
says, "Hey, that's home." I think that's a pretty nice, neat
Well,
addition.
you have to remember, I actually don't own my lot on this character.
Ah, yes, okay.
So it's
See,
actually
I
owned by one of my
finally
other accounts.
transferred everything over.
Well, I don't want to redecorate, or else I would.
Redecorate. Magic Mover. Hello. Oh, you
Magic
can't- you
Mover
can't
doesn't
transfer-
work
you
between
can't transfer
accounts.
that. You can't transfer that. That's right. Ooh.
So
Yeah, there's something for you. Let the Deco Divas decorate your lot and they can transfer it to you.
Well, I'm afraid of what that would do to our cheesy sign writing.
Yeah, well, you just move it over to this slot, you know. We've
Yeah.
done this several times before. I know it's a pain in the
Hey,
ass.
it's a royal
Throw
pain in the
everything
ass.
in a chest, walk it across the line, and bring it all back.
Yep.
Holy walnuts hanging out with his balloons. Okay, let's get the balloons out. I got my balloons.
Well, I haven't collected those from the bank, so
Yeah, I figured if anything, it had to be the thing that would be just the most fun to be holding on to while we're doing the show. And apparently, is most other people thought to bring their balloons today and have fun.
oh yeah.
Whee! But of course, yes, one little funky thing about the balloons.
What
Is
you
when you
you're
run,
talking about the
Your
angle?
balloons lead you. Yes.
Well, that just means that the let's see. I don't even. I want to say it's balloons on a stick is what it is.
Yeah, it's
I was
stiff
gonna
a little
say
bit.
And so
My balloon's a little stiff, Jack.
hey, it's
Anything
balloons
else
on a
would-
stick. Balloons on a stick. So it is a solid object, and
On
it
a
is not on a.
stick, okay.
It's not balloons on a string. It's balloons on a stick.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Kicks,
Yeah.
Kicks don't care. He's over there whittling away.
Yeah, they're very firm.
Ooh, can we do a dual balloon wheel?
I don't know. Can you?
Hit something with them. Knock something out with that.
I don't know, but Scroda just took Thex's chair, which is pretty funny. So, are we going to start talking about some of the new stuff that's in Release 43,
We're
or
talking
are we
about
just
stuff.
gonna?
We're having fun.
Okay.
We're listening
it's all
to
good.
music. We can see
Hey,
people. I mean, I'm having.
I can hear people.
Today.
I can hear people
You know?
playing, and so I'm
Yeah,
happy.
exactly. I mean, I'm just digging this for what it is right now. It's not
And-
every release we start off and we're smiling, happy, just enjoying some of the little fixes.
Well,
Because
that
of course, we just found a major nasty little bug that Jack's going to be reporting here shortly.
me finding it. That was you found it.
I didn't find the mailbox
I-
bug. Hello.
I don't see no bug. I don't see nothing.
You know what? I think they'll respond working as intended. But yes, I already complained about the mailboxes before
Well,
when it was on the
I'm
QA.
talking about you don't get your mail being
yes,
with
so
a full
okay.
mailbox.
So
Yes, that's what I'm talking
currently the mailboxes have that 100 mail items limit. And if you have over 100 items in your mailbox, you will not be able to receive mail from other players.
Your voicemail is full.
Your voicemail is full. That
Please empty your mail.
and some of the things, like some of the features that I'm hoping that they are going to be adding, like a sent items or even a return receipt. I'm hoping
Well,
that those
again,
get added to the
yeah,
game soon.
I believe you're absolutely correct there. We need a proper mail system. When I send somebody, 100,000 gold transfer, I want to make sure that it's marked as sent and I have proof, and they get a receipt saying,
Absolutely.
and I get a receipt when they receive it.
Because right now, that and the ability to, you know what, I accidentally sent it to the wrong person. They haven't collected it yet. Let me go ahead and recall that message as well. Just
that's
because
a little tricky.
you know what, with the way that some of these names are spelled.
Called an email once you hit the send button, my friend. That's like recollecting your mail after you put it in the box.
So if we were on an Exchange server and I was emailing you internally on an Exchange server, I can recall that message.
Yeah.
Or if I was on Lotus Notes, I could do that too.
Notes.
Hey, the last school district I worked for was still using Lotus Notes, so it's still around somehow.
I haven't set up an Exchange server in 15 plus years.
Hey, Exchange servers, I love Exchange servers until you go through 20 years ago where you had was it 12 gig limit on the information store?
You want funny talking about mail. I was cleaning out my hard drive, and right now my Outlook has over 6 gigabytes in the PST file because I've got so much stuff backed up and saved and archived that it's just
Well, I actually had all of my mail from all the way back to 97 when I registered my first personal domain.
You got to understand, 6 gigs of mail. This is text. 6 gigs of mail.
Hey. I had all of my email from my personal domain going all the way back to 1997.
Oh yeah, well, I probably got about 5 years worth of mail
until I upgraded to Windows 10, and then for some reason that PST got lost. I don't know where.
You got hit with the same bug that Tracy got hit with.
Yes,
it went bye mail information. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like crap. And I went looking through everything, and it's like, oh well.
Mail system. Missing or missing features, lacking features. I know it's new.
So I lost my Winamp serial key.
Wow.
I know. Winamp. Okay.
Especially since it's now free and Shoutcast is now free, and you really don't need the key for it anymore.
Hey, I just like the fact that I actually had a licensed version of
had
Winamp.
a serial key for Winamp, yeah. But moving right along.
Okay.
Yes, a couple little
did you-
problems with the mail system we found.
Oh yeah. Did you notice how long it took to load into the first scene and then subsequent scenes after that?
I haven't changed scenes but once or twice, and truthfully, I didn't see much difference.
What? Dude, I was clocking in some
When
scene transitions
did
at
my
20
initial
seconds.
load-in, I mean, I'm not sitting there on the clock. Didn't
Yeah.
seem much different. I still got stuck at 50%. It still hung there.
Okay.
Still hung at 94%, waiting to get an owl's head. I didn't see any difference this morning
Well,
yet.
the first load-in still takes about a minute, but after that you should. So if you change
And
scenes,
again, I'm
sometimes takes
explaining
20
that
seconds. Hey,
I didn't see anything on the load-in initially, and I've made one jump to a Doris to get a recipe and back. And
which
again,
recipe did you get?
You got to ask.
Was it the new piano? Because people are looking for the new
No.
piano.
Bulletin boards, man. Bulletin boards.
You didn't get the new mailbox recipe, so that way we can actually put
It's
it
not there.
right there on the.
There's two of the same mailbox recipe. No mailbox recipe has been found that I've been able to hear yet. I haven't seen it on the add-on store, the other one.
The ornate
Of course,
mailbox on a
I
stick.
haven't seen the ends on. Yeah, I haven't really seen anything coming to the add-on store. I think they just
Okay. Well,
got the release out, and they'll be doing that. later
well,
on.
they did actually add something to the add-on store that they forgot to add last time.
Yes. So, but let's get on to the release 43 instructions. Without further ado, let's cover some of the finer points of stuff that we're only going to touch on real quick.
Okay. Yep. You ready for this? Release 43
I am.
came out today. Performance. The programming team spent 3 weeks focusing on most of their efforts on improving performance. They looked at every aspect of how they run the game to find everything that could be changed to improve performance. They are happy to report that they have made significant progress. Frame rate is getting very close to where they want it to be and is now almost double where it was previously. Their long-term goal is 30 frames per second on a minimum spec computer playing in Ardoris. I have not been out to Ardoris yet, so load times are better, but there's still work to be done.
Yes.
The story. The path to the Coracle. Yeah, this is the summary. The details are further in and
of
a lovely. Oh, not a lovely lady, or is Led Zepp the lovely lady? The path to the Oracle continues to expand greatly with
Lovely
2
lady
more
is a
Colossus scenes. Sequana Colossus and boring ass
dancing
Colossus. They have also improved the Path of Truth by adding Blood River Outskirts, which is the zone that new users are sent to directly after the Blood River Massacre. This scene makes extensive use of the faction system introduced in Release 42. They are now directing players to move back and forth between the 3 paths so that their level stays on pace with the challenge of each path. Additionally, several scenes were rebuilt, polished, or expanded, including Celeste Libris Ruins, Grafton Miles, the Isle of Storms, and the Crypt of the Avatar.
Isle of Storms.
Yes. Offline mode, if you're worried about merchants, they now have a different buy price for player-crafted items than merchants in online mode. This allows players to sell crafted goods for profit to NPC merchants in offline mode. Yes.
Yeah, that needed a lot of balance. Good to see them getting to that finally.
Yeah. And additionally, merchants in offline mode now have an additional stock list that will eventually include all items from the add-on store, pledges, bundles, etc. In Release 43, many of those items are now listed for sale, and more will be added over time. Thanks to all the Dev Plus backers, blah, 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 blah,
Blah,
blah.
blah, 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 blah. Thank
Release
you, thank you.
43. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Star's thank yous. We're not going to read all that. That's pretty much the
Same
same
thing.
thank yous. He loves us. He doesn't want us complaining.
We love you.
Here's the changes.
Now, as far as story goes, polish work will begin on the finale of the plot, including work on the Struck Through Destiny Pool and the Oracle Chamber, Blood River Outskirts, a new scene that players blah blah blah. The Path of the Oracle continues to expand with connections to Sequana Colossus and Boreas Colossus, or as I prefer to say, Boring Ass Colossus, as well as other polish. The Blood River outskirts were updated for the new experience, the first iteration of the new scene that comes directly after Blood River Massacre, extensive use of the faction system.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it, love it, love it. Now,
They
this
plan-
has been noted as the biggest scene they've done to date.
Awesome.
But
And-
throw that in the note. Yes,
And they're going to be
absolutely.
doing more work on this scene in Release 44 as well. Spoiler alert. The vigilantes of Aerie believed that the elves of Blood River attacked a human settler caravan unprovoked. The retaliation on the village was justified by this alleged assault. The elves tell a different story of the vigilantes attacking their village because they were an easy target and the land was desired by the vigilante leader. The Aerie regiment.
Republicans versus Democrats. Different story on either side.
Hey,
Well, you're,
conquistadors, man.
did I hear that one?
I don't know.
Conquistadors.
I've heard that story before.
Don't know what you're talking about. They're both lying to you. The Aerie regiment that is encamped nearby is indeed there to prevent all-out war. However, they do not have solid proof of who is telling the true story. It is up to you to gather evidence and prove who is truthful, or you can manipulate the evidence for your own agenda.
Special prosecutor.
CNN.
Are you truthful or deceitful?
CNN.
Those dirty,
Just
those dirty
so,
elves.
so funny how it happens to sort of coincide with current events.
You
Can't
don't know
tell
what you're
which
talking about.
side's telling the truth. It's up to you to decide. Makes it interesting.
That's the history of propaganda.
Yes, yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's what makes storytelling so great.
Oh, yeah. Out in Celestis, that was also uncloned and updated. It's matching the Asian-inspired architecture, costume, and floor themes of the perennial coast. The terrain is heavily influenced by a national forest park in China. Don't ask me to pronounce it. While the cultural decor is influenced by feudal Japan.
Now,
It
I
features-
was talking with somebody about
What?
this the other day,
What?
and
Rock
they
gardens?
didn't realize that a lot of these scenes are actually derived from actual locations.
Inspired
And,
by, yes.
and
it's-
inspired by.
It's kind of like if you get to the what's it, the graph gem mines at the very bottom, where it's got the crystal chamber. Was that the graph gem? Which mine is that? Where's Spiff when you need him? But like that,
I was
that
just there the other day. It's-
the crystal chamber is actually inspired by a crystal chamber in the U.S. I think.
Oh,
I can't remember which one it is.
I
I'd have
thought
to Google
was
it.
Inspired by Superman.
Nope. Nope. It's not the Fortress of Solitude. Killing
I
me.
was waiting for it.
You were waiting for the Fortress of Solitude? It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There are also a few
yeah.
Easter eggs
All
throughout the
those
scene.
crystals, like,
Yeah.
I want an Easter egg. I want
Eh,
an Easter egg. I
yep.
want an Easter egg.
So maybe there's going to be some Seven Samurai references inside of Celestis. Player housing was not touched. Blah, 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 blah. Out in Libris Ruins, that's one of the 6 ruined cities found in Novia that date back to the period in Novian history in which the Obsidian Order rose to power, as described in that novel that Laz has not read. The exact history has been lost to time. What? Yeah.
That's not true. I've read about. Oh yeah, no, I've only read about a half chapter, so I haven't read a single.
Half a chapter. So you've been introduced to Aaron. That's it. Half a chapter. Jeez, man, you're killing me. Libris is.
Kind of whet the appetite. You know,
Oh,
to see
yeah.
what kind of reading I was up for when the time comes.
It's a quick read. You'll be able to finish it on your pace within the
Oh.
next 10 years.
No, come on. I've sat down and done books. I've done a 500-page book in a sitting sometimes, depending on how good the content is. So
When did that happen?
Tracy, huh?
When's the last time that happened?
A couple years ago.
Okay.
By
a couple of years ago, he means 30 years ago.
10.
Back when he knew how to read, because he doesn't know how to read anymore.
No. I know how to read. I just can't see it anymore. There's a difference. And actually, you're gonna laugh. Yesterday after the show, I took a trip out of the house, stopped by the thrift shop, and what did I find? Another replacement monitor. So
reading
the one
glasses
that broke
God.
that was sitting here that I can't read has now been replaced, and
Excellent.
I can now actually see what's on the screen.
Excellent.
I can actually
90 inch
read
TV.
Chatty all the way over there. And can actually read what's on here.
Whereas in order for me to read Chatty, I actually have to click on different windows so that way I can say hi to Lucane.
Well, I
Or
finally
Eagle.
replaced the little
Blood Omen.
TV monitor with a 19-inch from a 15. So yeah, I can
Sweet.
actually see that. So
Hey,
yes.
did you know I actually have a sub channel on my on
Yes,
Twitch now?
I heard that last
Sweet.
night.
Sweet.
You and Arius now got sub buttons.
I know. It's like I'm just waiting for people to subscribe.
Is of course all the other Twitch partners are out there are screaming bloody murder now that all the affiliates are getting sub buttons. But
You know what? Yeah, exactly. Support the small streamers.
well, again, is
Support me.
another story, another soapbox.
Okay.
Let's move on, because we got plenty to cover right here today. And
Yep. So the Libris Ruins now has the Libris Vault beneath it, and also connected to the vault is the underground network, Sequana Colossus.
underground.
Yep. It's one of the 4 colossi. And that's the
Colossi.
Loves Boreas, is part of the Truth quest. And there's lots of puzzles related to them. Solace Bridge outskirts was polished again. It was rubbed all over. Ore nodes were moved closer to,
Polish.
yes, the bivouac, otherwise known as the temporary encampment. Why can't they use the word encampment or camp instead of bivouac?
Because they know we like to interpret the news.
Oh,
What can I say?
yeah. The Isle of Storms was polished. I took a little trip out to the Isle of Storms earlier through ye old moon gates. Or actually, it's not moon gates. What are they called?
Lunar Rift.
Yeah, Lunar Rifts. Moon gates. So I was a moon gate traveler
Speaking
for a
of
little
moon
bit.
gates, should we take this show on the road and show
Well,
the good boys and girls?
Well, we haven't even gotten to that part yet. And we can do that later. Because otherwise we'll end up at the Isle of Storms or some random location.
Oh, I didn't say we had to jump. I just want to go show them.
Well, moon gates are now working in a bunch of locations.
Where are they, Jack? Where
West
are
End, Exeter, Owl's Head, Solace Bridge. What the fuck are the other newbie? Blood River.
Newbie.
I know. I forgot the other newbie place. The other newbie place, and then
Highvale.
2 other places. Highvale, then 2 other places.
Exeter.
I already said Exeter.
No, you
already
couldn't
said
have
that.
said it. Because you
We-
said West End.
I said West End and I said Exeter.
Okay.
Uh,
But anyway, Solace Bridge, Highvale, Blood River, Bramble. Bramble is what you're missing. Exeter,
Yeah.
West End, Brittany, and Owl's Head now have lunar rifts attached to them, and they will be open all the
Yes.
time, and they will cycle throughout those.
based off
best
the
thing
moon
I can
phase.
tell you-
Moon phase.
I can tell you to go out and check out God, who is that? Who's got that site? I will.
Bow
look
and
them
Blood
up
Good?
just a minute. No, somebody's done one better.
I'm waiting for you. Waiting.
The
Hello,
folks
Twilight
over
Sparkle.
at Bastion's Point.
Oh,
have
Bastion's
the
Point, yeah.
Lunar Rift chronometer And let's see if they have gotten it updated yet. To
well, while you're looking at that, don't forget cross connection.
This is beautiful.
Well, you need to send me a link, man.
I'm getting there. Hello. I didn't know if they were going to have it updated, so I didn't really think to have it loaded up yet. For those of you folks, though, this is going to be a great little tool out there. And again, it tells you when they're open, where they're going. Right now, we're going to get that up on screen real quick. I'm just going to throw this right up on top there.
Well, I'm waiting for you to paste me a link somewhere.
I did.
Okay. Oh, it helps if I get away from my private messages.
Yeah, it helps if you actually look where we're talking, like in your chat or Discord or in my chat. You know, those places where we post things.
Don't make me hurt you. So.
We're all useful.
So Brookside will be available in 13 minutes.
Where it goes to. Absolutely.
Brittany will be available in 39 minutes. Solace Bridge in 4 minutes. It's kind of cool.
Wait that long?
High Vale available in 4 minutes.
Now, of course, the question is, where are these calculated from?
What I think they did. Well, okay, so let's go take our trip down to the Lunar Rift, so that way I can explain how they're getting these times.
Right.
You ready for this? The real question is, will our musician come with us or no?
Okay. I
can't run that fast.
Yeah.
Sprint, man. Sprint.
Sorry, I had to get off the dang lot first.
You got to figure out how to get out of the chair.
I kept running into Blood Omen.
Okay.
I got a Pelican error and got kicked.
Uh-oh. Whoops. Network congestion. I got to wait for the gate to open. Haha, the gate worked for me.
It's the wrong gate to go to, man. That's the one.
Yep. Gate worked for me.
It's working.
It works for me. That's all that matters. Now I get to get down to the moon gates, aka the lunar rifts, and explain to everybody that we have to wait on Laz.
Oh, wait, you're not waiting on Laz. Laz is taking his own route.
Well, I'm on the bridge right now.
Yeah, I'm right there. Relax.
His balloon mate
stuck right there.
Top of the wall.
I don't see Laz. Do you see Laz? I don't see Laz. Okay, so we are waiting at
W
shortcut, Laz?
My sprint is just not kicking in. I don't know why.
Well, you have to double click really quickly, and sometimes it doesn't work.
I know. I've only been doing that for 2 years. It's not kicking in.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Still don't know how to do it.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know how much faster I can click it.
I jumped through the moon gate.
I
was trying to get right to the edge of it so that way I could pan around to all the different stones, but that didn't work.
Let's check the load times there, Jack.
Yes.
Yep, working on it.
But of course, while Jack is running through different areas there, I will show you what he was probably going to tell you. Which, of course, if you look up on the symbols on the pillars here,
you know what? I'm going to the Isle of Storms just because.
And that means you should be able to jump right back.
Well, it sent me to Solace Bridge first. I think it was Solace Bridge.
So then you're screwed.
And they didn't. And there was no stones at Solace Bridge, so it wouldn't have helped anyways. So let me know when you are there.
At where?
The Moongate and the Lunar Rift.
The Moongate.
Okay, so if you look at the stones on each of them, each of the stones actually has a moon phase associated with it. And so if you look around, it's like you can go through and you can see that, like, Owl's Head, you have to have a full moon in order to actually teleport to it. And so if you go through the different moon phases, it will go around the entire circle. It will just jump from one to the next.
So what you're saying right now is that if I'm looking at this at Solus Bridge, all the other moon gates are going to Solus Bridge right now?
Yes. And if you're in Solus Bridge, it will port you to the Isle of Storms.
Very good.
So
that's how you figure that.
Yes. And so if you look at the times that it actually takes to, you have to remember, like, a game day is
1 hour.
1 hour. So it will change like every hour. It will go somewhere else. Although I think it's actually faster than that for the moon phases. Yes, there's a little tooltip. If you hover over it, they'll tell you where it's going.
Now, I did a little exploring, a little course, and while it says Brittany on the stone, it actually goes to the Brittany graveyard, which it says right here on the chronometer. So don't, excuse me, don't be fooled when you see Brittany on the stone that you think you're going to Central Brittany. You're going to the Brittany graveyard. Close enough. But great to see that here, because that was part of my master plan.
Okay, so the fun part is I took me less than 20 seconds to actually make it back to Solus Bridge, and Blood Omen just came to join me. But I am going to recall back to the set. So I have started the recall process, and as soon as it decides to say bye-bye, I'll start the countdown.
I was lazy. I just recalled from the Rift to the lot.
Jeez, that's real lazy.
That's right. That is lazy.
Take the load time there, Jack.
Because it's a lot quicker for me to recall here than it is to run all the way to hell up.
Especially the way you go. Some shortcut you took.
Well, I wasn't expecting to get cut off by the house like that. What can I say?
What, you didn't expect to run into the...
I could have dipped out the side gate and went straight down, but yeah.
Yeah. And that time it took me a little over 30-something seconds in order to teleport to Owl's Head. But that is much better than what it used to be, where I would go outside, take a break, go to the bathroom, spend all my quality time reading a chapter in a book.
Exaggerate.
Yeah.
Back.
Catch a dream. I mean, you know everything in order to not actually get to the right place. Okay. Whoops. Okay. I eventually even got to sit down. Now, I'm missing some music. I mean, do I have to actually play something for everybody?
You know, that
Starr
was...
is here.
Who's here?
Starr is here. He's writing, though. He's writing some music right now.
Yeah. Also, don't forget, if you are actually on the quest lines, there will also now be the cross connections between the quest paths. So when following one of the three paths, a player can sometimes find themselves advancing a part of that path that exceeds their current abilities. This is always meant to be solved by leaving your current path temporarily and going and doing the other paths, so that way you level up and do all three of them at the same time. Or
you're
staggered.
going to be forced off your path at one point or another, unless you've been playing the game for 5 years and you've already got all the skills to conquer those.
And Arabella is going to guide players early along the three paths to consider exploring the other paths. Out in Graft Gem Mines, they expanded the mines by adding a large cavern at the bottom infested with kobolds and water elementals, and encrusted. I have not been down there, but it is Otherwise, the mine's identical other than this one new room.
That's right. They did not change it. They added to it. So don't go freaking out, people.
Hey, go freak out. Freak out.
Freak.
This is Shroud of the Avatar. Freak out. Freak out, everybody.
Please stop reporting the missing boatman and Adoris. Read the notes. We'll tell you about that.
No. Oh.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what?
That's a massive plague.
There's 3 things that have to be talked about before we get to that. The plains encounter and the plains road encounter were polished. They're encountering a roving dog on the overworld. It will send you to a sheep via shepherd mutt or cows via husky mutt.
Ooh,
Killing some of these animals will draw out their owners, who will justifiably attack the player to defend their herd.
Let me oil my zipper.
Oh, sweet. It would be really funny if like they randomly did the levels for those guys. That would be even cooler. So sometimes you get like a tier 6 farmer.
Hey, I really enjoy going to a lot of those scenes. I'll run around and look for those to jump into because some of them are really cool resource scenes. So.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, hey, this one's got 6 trees, and I don't have to kill anything.
6 trees.
Yeah, that you can continually farm.
Yeah. And then out in West Ravenswood, they polished that, including moving all the spawns to being dynamic, setting up a number of patrols, adding a kobold leader and his tent. Out in Ravensmoor, they also improved that with dynamic spawning and emotes for skeleton patrols, and enthroned a tier 4 skeleton boss, proper dens for bears, and other changes. The Ardoris plague that Laz is jumping the gun on.
Not jumping the gun, just people already been reporting that they're missing. So read the update notes.
A horrific plague.
Lunch with Laz and Jack. Yeah. Get the update.
Yes. A horrific plague hit the town of Ardoris and devastated the population there. Only a fraction of the humans and animals survived. Even the gondoliers, whose constitutions were the hardiest, were not immune. Please refrain from civic disorder while Saranto and Kasi worked towards recruiting the guards that were lost. In all seriousness, they had to reduce the NPC population for performance reasons.
Yes. So while the actual physical NPCs are gone, there are now boats there. So when you see look for the gondolier in, say, Susquehanna Square, there's now a dry dock boat right there that you will click on to get your menu instead of an NPC moving around. So
something will happen.
Gondola.
Gondola. Well, hey,
gondola.
Do you want to buy a duck?
Huh?
You want to buy a duck? Mallards have been added to the various adventure scenes.
I don't want to buy a duck. I want to sell a duck, and now I can sell ducks.
Hey, out in Brittany Estate, they have a certain pub goer has reduced his intake and now throws up much less often.
I hope they did that out in Sultan as well.
And Naval Siege visuals. I have not seen this at all yet.
Naval Siege.
I'm looking for this one.
Visual.
I'm going to have to go check in for this later today at some point in time, or tomorrow, or over the weekend, or something.
Some devotionals in my island town so we can see this.
Yes. Island pots that are now under siege now have better, more unique visual indicators. I'm hoping that also means that the siege, they're going to turn around and update those and make you sail around to different boats through moving platforms or something. And better, more.
Get crazy now.
Better, more. Bear traps. New kind of trap. Bear trap.
Bear trap.
Yes. Oracle Chamber was introduced along the path of the Oracle. And a crap ton of scene fixes.
Scene fix, scene fix, scene fix. You get a scene fix, and you get a scene fix.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a scene fix. Because there's a shit ton of scene fixes.
Man. Don't make a scene.
Metric crap ton of scene fixes. The Destiny pool, which is part of the Dire Prophecy, has been delayed. Spoiler alert. And then we have the Oracle herself will appear for the first time in-game. Struck through.
42.
The Oracle.
Made her release back in release 42, not 43.
Yep.
Whoops. But Arabella did get updated. I mean, so
Arabella
I
looks
think
like she can kick your ass now.
well, she's got the armor for it, and that is some beautiful armor.
Oh, shoulders are.
Oh yeah, and it looks just like a certain person that I've met in real life. Hi, Letitia. Hi.
Like she's ready to grab something.
Yeah, well, she's T-posed. But it is actually time for us to move along from this, and we'll return tomorrow at some point in time.
What?
Hey, you know what? We got other things to do. Like Laz has to shower.
To sit here and add the rest of these. We've covered some.
Have his afternoon constitutional. I don't know. There's things to do. Take a nap.
Be here tomorrow.
I gotta go build bulletin boards and make flyers and plaster them all over the world, advertising lunch with Laz and Jack. So
Lunch with Laz and
busy
Jack.
people,
That we have to promote the NBNN app, which is available on the Android store or the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store, and it's got all the best links for everything Shroud of the Avatar related.
You're right.
I'm actually wearing my NBNN shirt right now. My Patreon shirt.
Sweet.
That's right. One of the
Screenshot or it didn't happen.
For
I
newbie.
sent them in.
Yeah.
If you're new to the game and you need to find out where all the hottest links are and the best information right off the cuff without searching for it yourself, go get yourself a copy of the NBNN app in your local app store. And of course, the daily calendar is there, the Shroud of the Avatar community calendar, which is a what? What is it?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
What is it? It's a curated collection of all of the best calendars related to Shroud of the Avatar that Laz has been able to find. And if your calendar is not there and you want it to be, you can just email news@nbnn.info, and Laz will eventually get that public calendar updated onto the NBNN community calendar, which is also available at nbnn.info, and click on the calendar button.
Sharing them.
Yes. And don't forget, all times on the community calendar, Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time.
Nude Britannia Time.
Yes. At 12 and 6, around the clock on WRFB.
WRFB.
Two idiots interpret the news so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with us. And a cast of assorted characters that sometimes like to do weird things to sheep.
And sheep.
Yes. At 7 p.m. this evening, you too can join the Phoenix Republic for their PvE nights. Just contact Malahari or Kazan Phoenix Fire for more information. And if that's not your thing, or you want some additional accompanying music, you need to tune into WRFB.
WRFB.
For the 70s at 7. At 8 p.m., this just in, DJ Justin is going to be massaging your ear holes for Unmedicated Schizophrenia Part 2.
Yeah.
That is not my dog.
And Amber Flame or Amber Rain is still out of commission. So Temper Tantrum T-Days probably on hold on Avatar's radio. But the final event of the evening is on WRFB.
WRFB.
Is where you can join Laz's dad for the record room. Huh?
Get yourself a rock and roll education every
That's
Monday
right.
through Friday at 10, right here on WRFB Radio Free Britannia.
And that's our community
That's
calendar
right.
for this Thirsty Thursday in
Thursday.
Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar.
Avatar.
That's right.
Yep.
Now, of course, got a bunch of stuff coming up. Let me get this up. Yeah, let me get it up for you, Jack.
You need to get it up.
Yeah.
You didn't take your
Take a
medication
pill for
today? I know. There's a pill for it.
Little blue.
Well, I want to get this out there
I'm-
today and tomorrow.
Darcy of Pax Slayer told me all about that little pill
Darcy? Yes.
of Pax
Yeah,
Slayer.
use it?
Yeah.
You want to tell him what happens if it lasts more than 4 hours?
Well, you might want to talk to someone else about that.
You wanna
Help,
seek out
help.
Your local apothecary for help.
Oh, the
on
old lady
that?
says you're not going anywhere. Screw that 4 hour.
You're doing
Limit.
something.
Hang on. It's right here. I know it's right here.
I have no idea what you're
Posted
talking
last
about.
night. Scroll up to Lace's post.
Scroll up to Laces. Oh, the putt-putt golf tournament. Yes.
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 Gotta get this in the news today before we get out of here, because today and tomorrow we're gonna remind you about it. At tomorrow is right after the whatever we're calling it these days, because the release party.
The release party. It's not Fire Lotus because Fire Lotus is no longer at Borderlands. So
I don't know if we're calling if it's got a specific name these days. Anyway.
I don't know. Dance party.
Yeah, that's why I said the dance party.
AFK Dance Revolution. So don't forget, Prism presents the Putt Putt Golf for the Trevor Project charity wrap-up drive done by the Airy Fund. So the Trevor
That's
Project charity fundraiser wrap-up celebration June 30th with 3 flights of Putt Putt Golf out in Diamond Fields. That's between 1:30 New Britannia time. Oh,
1 and 3 New Britannia, 5
1 to 3,
and 7,
5 to
New
7,
Britannia.
or 8 to 10. Run northeastish from the docks past the crafting pavilion to the large clubhouse. And in order to get to Diamond Fields, you do need to go through Port Phoenix. Or, you know what? Friend a bunch of people, especially Lace,
Friend
and
Lace.
you can teleport to
One
her.
day.
Yes.
That's right.
Hey, just a quick announcement on the Just One Life initiative. It ends tomorrow on the 30th at midnight. And for all of those
Absolutely.
people that, so there's still time to donate if you'd like to get that Just One Life cloak and the other goodies. And for those of you who have donated and are waiting for the cloaks and the prizes from the Streamathon last weekend, we're going to be getting those here in the next couple days. So once we're able to get those from the good boys and girls in the office, we will start distributing those. So thank you for your patience, and we will get those to you as soon as we can.
Absolutely.
That is correct. Yeah, and I will be the one that's distributing those cloaks.
Yeah, we need to get the release and the couple patches added away before we start going, hey, give everybody their rewards. Let's get it stable. Because starting Monday, we've got a full month of free trial starting after they get these patches out. And the whole trial will go through next release. So we'll keep you updated on that. But meanwhile, we got to go ahead and thank a couple folks here today. Of course, let's not forget the Airy Fund. The Airy Fund working out there for all your community causes, gamers helping gamers. And of course, if you want to help out, you can contact Thexidor Markham, myself, Jack, Justin. Just reach out and say, hey, you know, I want to suggest something. Go out to the Airy Fund website. If you know somebody who needs a helping hand, or you have a cause that may be something that we can promote, let us know, and we'll get in touch with you. Of course, great cause. All sorts of stuff coming down the pipe, as you all saw. Do we have numbers right now as to what the tally is, Dex, real quick?
Just off the top of my head, I wish I had the exact number in front of me, but I think we're probably around $3,800, almost to $4,000. So
and don't forget the $571 that was brought in by the auctions on Shroud Marketplace.
I don't included that.
I did, yes.
Oh, okay.
He includes that. I know that.
Okay, good.
Of course, the Novia Lottery over in Minewind. Drawings every Sunday afternoon at noon. Go out and get your tickets. Go to thenovialottery.com to get the latest information on those drawings. And that's run by our own Ace Wonder, the Wonder DJ, the Pearl. The Britannia Mining Company would like you to come on out to Market Road and check out all the vendors for all your crafting needs. Located in the Quell region, right next to Exeter and the Exeter Mines for your crafting convenience and mining convenience as well. Sodamap.com, Jacob White, doing all those great maps out there so that you don't get lost running around. Go check out Sodamap.com, sign up for an account, support Jacob, and of course you'll also be able to add your own personal markers to maps going, hey, good hunting here, hey, this place sucks, oh, I make good gold over there. All those good little notes you can add to your own map, so check it out. Of course, Coilmore Wands, putting the magic in your hands. WRFB Radio Free Britannia. You can listen to us throughout the day when we're not live on the radio. You can check out, of course, the Deco Divas every Wednesday and Thursday. ASO Wonder every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wake Up New Britannia every Saturday morning. Arius Coilmore every Sunday with the GMC 20 and other stuff throughout the day. So check it out, listen in, tune on in and on your Aether Vibration amplifiers. We got all sorts of great programming out there for you. 70s at 7, Record Room. You never know what you're going to hear. Of course, relicsbyrill.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. T-shirts, hats, patches, bumper stickers, and much, much more. Save 10% when you check out at Relics by Rill and use the promo code NBNN. You'll save 10% on checkout. And of course, last but not least, the good boys and girls who conduct their stores over at the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com, for all your virtual vendable needs here inside outside Shrouded Avatar, actually.
Hey, you know what?
A link inside Shrouded Avatar to get.
Hey, that would be awesome.
Marketplace.
Hey, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. I will let you guys know. Last night I put on some of the rarest cloaks in the game. I sold 4 in an hour, and that was the Gossamer cloak.
Does it look like this?
Yes, it does.
Is that the Gossamer or is that the Virtue?
No, it's the Gossamer Virtue Cloak, which is the Gossamer Cloak is the translucent one.
Yeah, that's the one.
But that was one of the telethon rewards. Don't forget, all the telethon rewards have the Virtue symbol, or almost all of the telethon rewards have the Virtue symbol. But I also have like the rarest telethon item, which is the Snowflake Cloak, up for sale on Shroud Marketplace. And the reason it's the rarest is because during that telethon, they only raised like $25,000. They only met one stretch goal.
I was going to say, I got a bunch of those.
Are you sure about that? But that is the rarest stretch goal. Yeah.
Price just went up in those, folks.
Yeah.
I got about, 5 or 9 or something.
You hope. But I also have the Flaming Mount. I mean, if you need the Nightmare Mask and the Flaming Coconuts, I put those up for sale on Shroud Marketplace. So that way you can run around in style. I mean, who else needs and anything? Right. And then, you know what? Markham's Majory has also added a bunch of different cloth armor sets out there, some cloth armor pieces. I mean, he's got some death magic, some life magic, some water magic, all kinds of stuff, and anything game related can be put on Shroud Marketplace by anybody. There's over 50, about 55 player vendors right now. Don't forget, if you want to you need to register for an account. If you want to sell your stuff, you can just click on vendor registration. Then you can start adding your stuff to Shroud Marketplace and get paid cash for it.
All right. And
Yeah,
that means we're over time yet again.
It's time to thank the most
go
important
ahead and
people
thank
around
you,
here.
folks, because Jack still hasn't figured that we don't end the show at 2 o'clock. We end the show at 2 o'clock. We don't say thank yous at 2 o'clock. We end the show at 2 o'clock.
Killing me, Smalls. Killing me, Smalls.
So thank you to everybody out there listening and watching. We love you guys.
Hey, where are they listening or watching? Twitch,
11 o'clock here.
YouTube, or WRFB.
YouTube,
Thank you, guys.
WRFB, NBNN.
We couldn't do the show without you guys.
That's right. It just wouldn't be the same.
Otherwise, it'd just be two guys sitting around on the lot doing nothing.
Talking with Led Zepp, scratching their butts.
Yep.
But meanwhile, we got to get out of here. We'll be back with...
See what happened?
And Laz died.
Yeah.
Laz froze. What?
The mic.
Yeah, it is time for us to end the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Come back, tune into NBNN for more sports, entertainment, and other general silliness and whatever Laz actually says at the end. Welcome back.
What do you mean, welcome back? I didn't leave. You missed
You
me. What
left.
happened?
You got denial of service Jack.
You even froze in Zoom.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, anyway, we're out of here because we're time, and that really screwed the end of this show. So have a great one, folks. We'll see you all tomorrow.
He's Laz. I'm Jack. Laz, technical difficulties long. Never has a problem. Never.
Not gonna die.
Would be prudent. Bye.